Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Welcome to Forget Work, Watch Films with your hosts, Tony Howe, Thomas Connors, and Robert Connors.
Hello. Welcome to episode 23 of Forget Work, Watch Films. For the next 45 minutes, all I want you to do is forget about work, not watch a film, just listen to us. I'm Tom, I'm hosting this week, and the Oscars might have been and gone, but I'm sat here with a Parasite and a Joker. I'll let you decide who's who. How you doing, boys?
I'm alright. Do you know what I'm laughing at? I'm laughing at his cause. He's just said episode 23, and it were only because we realised...
I realised.
Or he realised that we'd lost like 2 episodes. That last week we're obviously episode 25, allegedly.
Yeah.
So then he says to me, he goes, we've lost episode 23 and 24.
No, I didn't.
I says, they're lost episodes. They'll have to be seeked out by people in future.
They'll be in a vault. They're in a... No.
Yeah.
The updates, I do it all manually. It's fixed anyway.
They're with Snyder Cut.
Are we doing alright?
Yes, very good.
Have you been wearing your Forget Work, Watch Films t-shirts?
I have.
No. But I will. No. Yeah, it's... I'm busy as fuck. You know, sometimes you're just busy. I admit it. That's me.
Can't put that t-shirt on, too busy.
Yeah. He's been walking around naked for a week.
I'm just too busy.
I get in, put my pyjamas on, and that's it.
Well, last week, Tony put he kind of preached for people to share this podcast and let people know they're listening. And a few people did. Carl shared it on Facebook. Keenan Rowe, I used to work with him, he shared it on Facebook. I think a few other people shared it, so thank you to everybody that did. If you want to share it, please do.
Sharing is caring.
Every little helps. Thanks for that. If you're not following us on Instagram, follow us there as well, so that we don't irritate everybody on Facebook every week. We put the new episodes on Instagram, so you'll be able to see when a new one's out then. Off we go. There's not really much to happen this week in terms of films. There's no trailers out.
No, it's a bit of a lull at minute.
Yeah.
No, sort of like, because there's not even been... We had Oscars, and that were big, and then that seems to have gone, which it has. It doesn't seem to have, it has gone. But there's like nothing really coming up. The only thing I've seen is two things. I just forgot the name of it. Quiet Place 2. That's been... I never watched A Quiet Place 1.
The trailer came out before the Super Bowl for that. I think you should watch that. It's not bad, actually.
And we've had a sneak peek at Robert Pattinson's Batman.
That's actually the first topic I wanted to discuss. So we watched it just before this, didn't we, Tony? On projector, all 94 inches of it. What's your first impressions?
I'll tell you what. It's fascinating that they've done that. They don't usually do a reveal like that, do they? But which makes me think, you know, when they start filming stuff on location and it comes out, they must be doing that because they're shooting it now, aren't they? So in the next couple of weeks you'll probably get location pictures, and they have to do an official reveal because you can't just turn up on a shitty news website.
I think they did exactly the same thing with Joker. If you remember, there was a Joaquin Phoenix clip that came online and it showed you a reveal of Arthur Fleck slowly turning into the Joker.
See, I think this feels to me, just with the music that they've used and the sort of like lighting of it, as though they've going down that same sort of edgy route. It's going to be
same as
well. We're going to be more.
Which Batman?
We're going to be more Joker.
Oh, all right.
Than like Batman Forever, if you know what I mean.
Don't forget though, Birds of Prey is R-rated. Say what you know. Say what you like or not.
It's got a lot of good reviews.
So, what did you think to the reveal? What did you think to the whole clip? How it looked? And
I'm not sure until you see it in probably context. It's because there's been a lot of people saying about the cowl looks weird. A lot of people have been saying, "Hey, look, it's Daredevil."
It did have a Daredevil vibe.
Until you can see it in the context of him wearing it in a sort of like fight or situation. I haven't made my mind up about it yet.
I think it looks fucking mint. I do. I think it looks good. I get a good feel from it. I kind of think it's like an armoured Batman. I don't mean like Bale type armoured. I think he's like, I don't know, very combat orientated. I could imagine he's like somewhat straight out of cartoons type Batman. Do you know what I mean? Well, fast young Batman.
A lot of time they try to pick and mix it. So they'll pick bits from cartoons, from comics, previous films, etc. I mean, I am teased. It's a tease, and I am teased. One thing that we've mentioned before, as we all chatted about this reveal, was the emblem.
Well, I wanted to bring you on to that. I thought it looked amazing. I thought it looked really good. The one thing that gets me intrigued about this, where they're going with it, all the Batmans that's been before in films, would you say that they were all kind of middle-aged Bruce Waynes, the older Bruce Waynes?
Yeah, obviously, except for Bale.
Which one would be the youngest?
Yeah, but Christian Bale then, you'd say maybe in Batman Begins he was 30 odd, but you'd still, by the time Dark Knight Rises was out, he was essentially...
I think he was playing younger. So I think yes.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is yes, because if you look at sort of like everything from Michael Keaton onwards, they were all sort of like George Clooney, Val Kilmer, etc. Were all sort of like middle-aged.
Yeah.
And I think that Ben Affleck was sort of like in that
middle-aged.
Sort of like middle-aged. There's only Bale, which were basically working up to that point.
Yeah. So,
and this is obviously a new, fresher. I mean, how old is Robert Pattinson? Must be in his 30s.
30 odd, isn't he?
Yeah. So he's not like a young kid.
I don't know. Well, he's got that look, hasn't he? He's got that young, fresh look.
I think he's looked more mature.
I'm so fascinated by this because it looks a good Batman, and I'm excited for Pattinson to play it. But don't forget, with the Batman, they've announced the casting of the Riddler, the Penguin,
Colin Farrell as Penguin,
the Penguin. When stuff starts trickling out, like you don't know what's coming, dear. But surely too many villains. I'm intrigued.
I don't mind too many villains because that's a decent. Epic,
well, let's be
epic Batman story.
It's one thing that I know you've always said, I've always thought it. Out of all the superheroes out there, Batman's got the best rogues gallery. Batman's got the best bad guys.
Brilliant.
Yeah, but that's not.
I think the only other one who sort of like follows is sort of like Spider-Man.
Do you know
massive.
Do you know what's interesting with
quality rogues gallery?
What's interesting with Batman movies really is there's only one Batman movie that has got one villain in. Most of them is a duo. It's a combination, isn't it?
Yeah, and I don't think the problem is what I wanted to say was I don't mind it when they've got a few in. But I don't want to. I definitely don't want to see Batman's origin again. If I see that origin one more time, definitely. I'll shoot somebody and steal the pearls.
I don't think
overdone in it.
Seriously, I don't want to see. I don't even want to see Penguin's origin. Superman. I don't want any other origin. We've seen Batman's origin in every Batman film, and even in BVS.
It were in Joker, essentially.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
I'm sick of it.
Do you know when it come on in Batman Superman, I did think to myself, oh, for fuck's sake. Like, it's a short scene, but I still thought...
So if they go down the route of no origin story, loads of young... Let's say...
If you don't know Batman's origin story, then seriously, you must have been living in Atten every day.
Well, let's say in The Batman, there's no origin story. All these villains that are in it are already established villains, youngish, in their prime. Batman's fairly young and agile. They're going down a route which I think could be really good. I'm so excited for it. But let's go back to what you brought up a minute ago, the emblem. Now, Tony's our kind of resident comics expert. What was the... I'm sure you know this. The original intention behind the Batman logo on the costume
was that was the most armoured part of the Batsuit, so people would shoot for it.
It's not so much that it was armoured as the fact it were bright yellow.
Well,
on a black suit, so people would aim for that.
Yeah.
But it was heavily armoured, so that when people are aiming for the yellow spot, it's armoured.
Even though they hadn't used that yellow spot for years.
Yeah, but that was the original thought process. So now in this one, the bat emblem looks a little bit different, and we were talking about it the other day with the direction they've gone with it. It's a recent comic book, I think it might have even been out last year, where basically Bruce Wayne took the gun that was used to kill his parents and kind of melted it down to turn it to an emblem. Do you think that's what they've done with it? Because it looks that way, doesn't it?
It looks kind of like that. It looks... If it isn't, it's a very weird metallic design.
I'm not sure on that whole angle. I'm not sure. That ties it into his origin with his parents. It'd be a good way to do it without showing.
Well, it's the fact is that because the gun that he changed in the comic was the gun. Basically, his father uses it in an alternate world where he becomes Batman, and then crosses on and gives it to Bruce, and then Bruce, because he'd never had it before, and then he uses it, like you said, to never forget. Mm-hmm. And because it's constantly there, and obviously Batman never uses guns, and it's sort of like there as a reminder of the incident.
That makes sense.
So if there's no killing of Martha and Thomas Wayne at the start, and you just see that, you just know this emblem is from that, that's a good way to kind of bypass it, I think. I think it's a new way to do it.
I think you don't even have to mention it, because I think people have got a good idea.
I hope they nail this, because, in all honesty, I'm probably, at this moment in time, like as of today, I'm probably a little bit more intrigued at what DC's cooking up than Marvel. Because I want to see...
Yeah, to tell you the truth, because I think Marvel's pretty much... Even they've got a lot of stuff...
They're in a bit of a lull at the minute, because they've just finished the Infinity Saga.
Well, I think once they did Endgame...
Can I do one of my little analogies? At Marvel, the lake is frozen, and are the fish still alive underneath? You know what I mean? Is it still gonna? Is it when it comes back to life? Is it gonna work? Do you see what you know what I mean? Whereas DC, they're cooking up the pot. They've got Joker, right? What's gonna happen?
I'm gonna throw an analogy back here because I like analogies and all. I think it's like a big party, and it were building up to crescendo. Yeah. And we had big explosive end.
Yeah.
And now it's next day and we're building up again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, we've got a young up and coming Batman by Pattinson. I want to see his action scenes.
So we're talking about Robert Pattinson and Colin Farrell. But what's the main important factor to this film?
Well, I'm thinking that you lead us down. Well, are you trying to say that it links to Joker?
No, I'm talking about the director of it. Do you know any films that Matt Reeves has already done?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Do you know it's interesting, this, because just before I came, I read an article that's just come out earlier, why Ben Affleck dropped this project. And he said that through the nightmare he had of Justice League, where he pretty much drank himself to death, he couldn't face it on the Batman again. Rewrites and studio involvement. He fears the drink would have killed him. He's handed it over to somebody who's really heavily worked on the script and is passionate about it. But I actually don't know anything about Matt Reeves, to tell you the truth.
So Matt Reeves has not done too many films, to be honest with you, but the top recent films that I know of, that I know you'll have most likely watched, is Cloverfield. He did that, which was pretty good, I thought. 10
First one, original one.
Yeah, and 10 Cloverfield Lane.
They were both very good.
Which I really liked.
Very good. They were alright.
I don't know what you'll think, what you thought to these films. Personally, I enjoyed the whole trilogy. He directed Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and War for Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, I knew that.
He didn't do Rise, but I really liked them films.
I didn't really like them. They're not horrendous. None of them films you've mentioned are horrendous. The only problem I've got with those films that you've just mentioned is they're all sort of like takes on other films. So Cloverfield, obviously Dawn of Planet of the Apes is basically a follow-up from Planet of the Apes.
Batman is though.
But Cloverfield is like Godzilla, but done behind camera, which were all the big thing at that time.
Yeah, but
it were alright, but it weren't so special.
Surely that what you're saying would fit somebody who was replicating an original story.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they're not done. They weren't done.
Yeah,
It's got source material. So what I'm saying is, alright, he did Cloverfield, another Cloverfield, but he's basically took an idea, which is, here we go, we've got Godzilla. And what I'm saying is, they've then given him this and said, right, watch all these 6 Planet 8 movies, and then we need to do a prequel. They weren't horrendous.
Can I just say
they're just not great.
War for the Planet of the Apes was horrendous. That was fucking shit.
I thought they were excellent. I really liked it.
They weren't even a war.
None of them.
It's
They're alright if you're a fan of the Planet of the Apes, because I think as prequels to the films that had originally been done, they do fit in quite nicely.
Well, he also did 28 Weeks Later. So that shows you how long that were a while.
That's
that
not
was
great.
2007. Yeah,
it's all right.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. It's not amazing, but I think it's in good hands. I'll tell you one thing I really liked about the reveal with Robert Pattinson. I liked the score, the music to it. I thought it was so
well, this
good.
is what I said. I think the score to it is very interesting because it was very. It felt very indie to me.
I get an image of the film coming on and showing Gotham with this tone playing in background. I just think if they get it right, it could be one of the best Batman films they've done.
The music quite intense. Really.
So while we're on the topic of Batman and DC, JJ Rags listened to a few of our podcasts, and he's a big Zack Snyder fan, and he asked me if we'd done an episode where we covered the Snyder Cut, and obviously we have. I didn't tell him what we said about it, so he went and had a listen, and he was quite surprised that we slated it. He's basically asked, are you going to watch the Snyder Cut?
Yes.
You know what? No.
Yeah, I am.
No.
Because I keep meaning to watch Justice League again, and it's like working me up to watch it, and then I like thinking, oh, I'll watch something else.
And it's funny you said this because I watched the first 15 minutes the other day. I watched it. Right, Zack Snyder visually is good. Yeah, his visuals in it. He's all about visuals, but everything else is lacking. The first 15 minutes of that film, when Batman's on a gargoyle, when that burglar's leaving that building, can you remember? And Batman's scoping him out. It looks and feels like Gotham. It's straight out of a comic book. It's straight out of a video
that
game.
took from the cover of Dark Knight.
Yeah. Well, and then next thing you know, one of them fucking locust things flying that just look
Parademon.
Yeah, and Crook turns around and says to Batman, "What does he want?" And Batman, he goes, "Fear." Starts to say, and you lose all connection because there's no intensity, there's no build up. It just looks ridiculous. And I just think the Snyder Cut would be more of that. There's no intensity.
I think from
no
the previous films, Man of Steel was alright. Man of Steel's good.
Yeah, I agree.
Then
you say good. It's not next level, is
no,
it? It's good. It's really good.
It's
I'll tell
a good
you one
take.
thing about Man of Steel. It had an amazing trailer.
The trailer's better than the film.
Yeah.
And then BVS, to me,
It's a fucking
were just
mess.
so many bits that
So
were Jesse Eisenberg.
Let me just ask you. Can I just?
And I love Jesse Eisenberg, but I can't stand him.
While you're on about that, you'll have to kind of bear with me because I can't remember what they called it. But they brought out an extended version of Batman vs Superman. Was it called The Ultimate Cut? Yeah. Did you watch that?
Yeah.
And did you find that any different?
No.
This is exactly what I said on the last podcast.
It was just an extended version.
He said it's an R-rated, which it is because it's brutal as all. An R-rated version of the film that goes on for an extra like half an hour, and all it does, honestly, there's gaps in Batman and Superman. So, for example, Superman is in the courtroom and bomb goes off. They all die. He don't die because he's Superman. Flies out. How did I miss it? I weren't focused. I weren't concentrating. I let them people die. You watch the extended cut, and Lex Luthor lines a suicide bomber's wheelchair with lead so Superman can't see it. Why would you take that out?
Yeah.
There's a bit in uncut version where you like. There's
bits like the bits with terrorists where they shoot the terrorists, but then everybody thinks that Superman's killed them. Well, just do an autopsy. They've clearly been shot. Superman didn't come and shoot them.
So yeah,
it's just there's so many stupid bits.
Again, this is what I'm saying to you. It's visuals.
Yeah,
everything else.
So what I'm saying is, because I can't force myself to see that film again, I think the Snyder Cut,
if it exists,
and was released, would give me that bit of a push to watch it again, and I'd watch that.
Yeah, but this is my argument. Where's it going to go? What's the point? What's the lead? Where's it? What's?
Oh, it's like that when they did it once before. There were a Richard Donner cut to Superman 2.
Oh yeah.
To tell you the truth, that weren't much different. To tell you the truth, I don't know what we're pointing at.
No, I agree. I agree that Justice League will be an entirely different film. I understand that it will be a completely different movie. But what I'm saying is, Batman Superman is his full creation, and it's shit.
Yeah.
That film should be good. So, and even if they are not going to turn, I can see this new Snyder Cut being 4 hours long. Right. That's the confirmed.
I don't want us to get down that same route because I'm starting to bubble again about all things that are wrong with Justice League and character that. So let's skip that and say you're going to say no. I'm going to say yeah, I will watch it. Let's move on.
I might watch it if there's no else on, but it's not top of my list, so
it's not going to fix that film.
Thanks for getting involved with that one, JJ, and I'm guessing you're going to watch it. JJ says he watches a film a day and he really liked our podcast, so
well,
I ain't seen JJ.
If he sees it, then let us know what he thinks.
Yeah, JJ, I tell you what, we'd love to know what your favourite film ever is. You'll have to let me know if you listen to this. Okay, moving on. So, there's not been much news in terms of films this week, but there were another thing that kind of caught my eye. It was an actor who's not been seen for a long time, who's basically been... I don't know if it's confirmed, but there was official news articles that he's reprising his role.
Do you know what this is?
I'm only going to have a guess for something that I saw other day on a little YouTube video. I didn't watch it just to mention it. Is this Harrison Ford with Indiana Jones 5?
No.
Alright, I'm out there.
Because he's been around...
Well, he's supposed to have mentioned on Ellen, because he was talking about this new, absolutely shocking looking film.
You think it looks great? I want to go see it.
The Wild? Yeah. With CGI dog.
I want to see it.
They couldn't even do bloody old bloody Disney films where they actually got real animals.
No, it's
like Longest Journey or whatever it was fucking called.
They've confirmed.
Homeward Bound.
They've confirmed.
Yeah. So I knew you'd watched it.
They've confirmed filming starts next month for Indiana
So
Jones.
he's let slip that Indiana Jones 5 is
so,
going to start
anyway,
filming.
This is completely not what I wanted to talk about. But no, this actor's not been seen for a while.
It could be fucking anybody.
Heath Ledger.
Go on.
Rick Moranis.
Oh.
I mean, come on. If he's reprising his role in Honey I Shrunk the Kids, that's pretty big news.
I know what's coming. He's not a fucking classic
actor.
Can
I just say, no, I have seen this, and I've seen it splattered all over. I can't remember when suddenly Rick Moranis become the next. So they're like be all and end all of like, oh my god, Rick Moranis is coming back. Can't you remember all them films that he made cameos in? Do you know what I mean? What is everybody going mad about Rick Moranis coming back for? It's fucking stupid.
No, can I just say?
Seriously?
Can I just say, he was the face of a lot of 80s comedies.
Right, fire away.
All Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Spaceballs.
Ghostbusters.
Spaceballs, he weren't the face, eh? He made a one piece in that were a Mel Brooks film. Next,
Yeah, I suppose.
Ghostbusters part film. Basically, an only film. I think. Didn't you do Little Shop of Horrors?
Yeah.
So Little Shop of Horrors, that's one. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, that's two. There you go. That's Rick Moranis' headlining films. And now it's
Why
like,
do you hate Rick Moranis?
I don't hate him. I just cannot understand why everybody's going mad about Rick Moranis coming back.
You know why?
And so it's like the second coming of Jesus
I'll
Christ.
tell you why. I know why. Because he's been retired for years, right? So now they're saying, because he's signed up to come back to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, what's stopping him
Right,
coming...
do you ever watch Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Saying, what's stopping him coming back to Ghostbusters? Because he's the only original cast member, apart from Egon, that ain't coming back. That's the crux.
I'll tell you this now. I'm putting my 2 cents on this podcast. He is the father of the young girl in Ghostbusters Afterlife. He is. I'm telling you now. That's why they've not.
Thank you for that.
That's why they've not confirmed that it's Egon's daughter. But no, to answer your question, every film that Rick Moranis was in that you just named, he was brilliant in them. He was excellent in them.
He had a nice stint in 80s. Don't get me wrong, good on him.
Yeah.
But it's the way that Harry's like, and remember Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, because I thought it was shit. Because all it had were like a giant foam ant, everything that's big, so we're like, oh, it's a grape.
Listen.
But it's not a grape, it's a giant grape that somebody's had to make in a building round corner.
I've got to say though, whenever you tell me a film's crap or whatever, I don't pay any attention to because your judgment is askew. I remember walking out of Aquaman and you had an hard-on for about 2 hours. You thought it were amazing.
No, I thought
you
were
thought
good.
Into the
And
Spider-Verse
actually, to tell you the
shit.
truth, I hadn't managed to watch it again. I watched Into the Spider-Verse again, and that were alright. The only reason why I didn't think Into the Spider-Verse were that fantastic is because it were a storyline that they'd already stole from comics, and it just weren't as good because they didn't use the right characters to me. That were the only reason.
You don't like Back to the Future 2?
No.
You
Shit.
don't like Ghostbusters 2?
No, it's shit.
Yeah, so...
They're not shit, they're just not great.
Yeah, but so...
My expectations are high.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is a classic. And the thing is, why now? What's brought him out of retirement now? Is it because his kids are growing up? I don't know.
Cheddar cheese, that's what's done it.
Yeah, it's always about money. Maybe...
Disney Plus, because they've got him to sign up for Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
See, I'm here saying a classic actor's returning. Emilio Estevez is coming back.
Oh, this is another
For
one.
Mighty Ducks.
This is a fucking other one. Now, I didn't mind Emilio Estevez because he did some quite decent indie films like
Young
Maximum
Guns.
Overdrive. Young Guns
Breakfast
is an
Club.
absolute classic.
Is he in Breakfast? No, he's not. Is he?
No.
He's in 22 Guns.
Yeah. You hadn't done your research again. They say every time when you host.
He is in it. His main bloody character.
I don't mind. I don't mind Emilio Estevez.
Yeah, he's the main character. I can't believe I just had to double check that. You making me...
Doubt yourself. But once again, a character coming back, Mighty Ducks. They actually like Mighty Ducks.
Have you seen Goalkeeper now?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
It were one of them like classic, like, winning all bad guys sort of Disney film back then. It's a feel-good film, isn't it?
Boyd still fucking loves Mighty Ducks. He'll be buzzing about this. He loves it.
If they bring no batteries not included too, he'll absolutely jizz.
Do you know what though? They're films I did grow up on, Mighty Ducks. 90s.
Yeah, I watched them.
Anyway.
I didn't watch them, and I did think they were alright. But I wouldn't go mad that they're bringing Mighty Ducks 5 out.
So, what have you watched this week? I'll start with you, Tony.
Well, do you know what I have? I finished off The Boys.
We've basically got about
Have you
five.
watched
We've got
all
about
that?
5 minutes each here. So
Have you watched that?
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, it weren't too bad. I got into the end of that. So I hadn't really watched any films. I watched Boys all the way. I made that today.
yeah, you just said.
Been watching Picard, and that's about it, really.
I watched Star Trek Into Darkness.
Great film.
It's very good. Tell you what, I know I keep mentioning this each week, but I keep testing my new folk. I've read online that Into Darkness is pretty much the benchmark for 4K films and IMAX sequences. So I thought, you know what, it is a good, stunning, absolutely stunning. You forget how good set pieces are.
Were it a 4K version?
Yeah, I've got it. It's fucking amazing. It looks fantastic.
I love that film.
You forget
It is such a good film.
It is.
You know, even if you don't like Star Trek.
I've been a massive Star Trek fan for years. And when they relaunched it, you were like, oh God, they relaunched it. And a lot of them were quite unknown. Like, Chris Pine had not really done much.
You know,
Zachary
can you
Quinto
remember
had already
opening scene? Who played Captain Kirk's father?
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
See, that was one of the first things he'd done. But that film is amazing. They've all gone on to do 2, just even better, just so good. And then we get to number 3. And number 3 is just so... I can't even really remember what... It was done by a guy who did... It was done by Lim, weren't it? That Justin Lim, is it?
It's just empty, innit? You're just empty, aren't you?
Yeah, I just even can't remember how bad it... I want to watch it again, because I doubt myself whether it... Because 1 and 2's that good. Was 3 really that bad?
Do you know, number 2 is one of them films where you actually do think... For like certain moments, you think, how did they do this? You know, beginning bit when you arrive on that planet and Bones and Captain Kirk are legging it through that wilderness, and all dark. You know, they're all running after that track.
But this is this is what I've said about J.J. Abrams. This is what I've said about these new Star Wars films. Visually, they are stunning, and those films, some angles he does, are stunning, absolutely brilliant.
It's the whole look, and Benedict Cumberbatch as well. You know the bit when they arrive on that planet and he turns up out of nowhere and starts kicking ass. I don't know if you can remember.
Yeah, Klingon.
With big gun.
Klingon.
That's what I was going to ask. So, slight spoiler territory here. But did you know who Benedict Cumberbatch was playing in that film? Because they kept it secret, didn't they?
Yeah, Khan.
Did you know that going into it?
They'd mentioned it before.
Everybody
but then
I didn't know.
But then there was quite an obscure character from original Star Trek series that he was supposed to be playing.
Right.
Where he was, and I think they tried to veer you to think that because it's a sort of Starfleet officer who gains omnipotent powers, and I think they were trying to say, oh no, this is what it is. Obviously, with bit where they did it, I thought were brilliant.
I love the bit where he goes, I'm better than you, and he says, what? Everything.
It's just brilliant.
I thought it was so
brilliant.
good.
He's so good, Benedict Cumberbatch in that.
Yeah, he is very good. Surely it's going to be one of the only times he's played a proper villain.
So have we watched anything else?
Do you know what? This is something it's not a programme, but it's something that I saw the other day, and it's an interesting thing that I just thought I'd shoot out there at you, because I know you've probably seen this.
I would just... Sorry. Just think, I'm going to use that soundbite of you saying, I've just finished The Boys Off.
Go on, spit it out. Barry Body in the pool.
Deepfake. Tom Holland. Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr.
They're fucking unreal.
Now, do you think, because they are brilliant, did you see one with Jim Carrey as Doc Brown? It was Tom Holland as Marty McFly and Robert Downey Jr. as Doc Brown, and they do a scene.
It's unbelievable.
And it looks amazing. Then they do another one where it's Jim Carrey as Doc Brown in Back to the Future 2.
Well, have you seen Jim Carrey in The Shining?
But that with Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Holland, seriously, I'd be just snapping them up to do a remake.
Oh,
seriously,
yeah, definitely.
Because it just fits so well. But what I'm saying to you is, do you think that in future that deep fake will be used?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, essentially, it kind of already has, because look at when Paul Walker died and they had to fill in the last scenes with his brother and stuff, and they superimposed the face on. But it's not been at the level that it's at now.
I've been told
in future, they definitely could use it.
I've been told you can watch deep fake porn where they put any actress's face on anybody.
Yeah, I can imagine that, because surprisingly, this is what I read. Advances in technology like 4K, 3D, and all that have always essentially been done bad porn. So the first time you ever released...
My mate told me.
yeah, my dad told me. Seriously.
Anyway...
So if you do want to see top technology, always watch porn. That's a recommendation from my mate Tom Connors.
Can I just say though that deep fake thing is basically the same as the de-aging in movies. It's just a shape. It's just a facial thing, isn't it?
But it's
technology is the best it's ever been. Did you see that video I sent the other day where instead of using green screens anymore, studios are using huge, essentially TV screens that they're projecting the image on, and the image is like 3D kind of footage that kind of changes depending on what angle you're looking at, and then they film the scene in front of it. There were a Ghostbusters feature thing that I sent to you, but also that's how the Mandalorian have been filming their scenes. That's why everything just looks so good at the minute.
See that much
makes sense, doesn't it?
So I've watched 2 films this week.
Go on.
I've watched Ford vs Ferrari.
What did you think?
Yeah, I thought it were really good. I weren't overly sure on Christian Bale.
What?
I thought he amped it up beyond belief. I thought
that's just that character. It's the character he's playing.
Tony's in both hands. He's got Christian Bale and Rick Moranis.
Yeah. Basically, Christian Bale's a bit of a shit actor, but Rick Moranis, he's coming back.
He's
fuck you, Bale.
Bale's one of the best actors ever be, but I just thought
Rick
I weren't
sure. Coming back, so I can fuck off.
I weren't sure. It's a good film, though, isn't it?
It's amazing.
It grips you.
I love it, mate. I think it's brilliant.
He is unbelievable in that film. He is.
Yeah.
He absolutely is.
I think Matt Damon and him and Christian Bale are just proper.
They're a very good parents.
Modern day quality actors. And the thing I liked about it, the thing I really liked about it is it wasn't so much all about racing and stuff, was it? It was actually quite like it had a good storyline.
Yeah, there's a lot going off, and I think when I watch it, I always think it's intriguing how Matt Damon keeps himself in sort of like a top spot because he's done some shockers.
Yeah.
I Bought a Zoo.
What was that? Downsizing.
I never watched Downsizing.
I
heard.
Do you know what?
I heard the first half. It's alright.
Yeah. And then it gets right depressing. And I mean, it's proper like shit.
Does he get you down?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I've heard the second half of it is totally different.
Yeah.
But the trailer, it looked very good. It looked
like a rate for the hill. We're all small.
Yeah, it looked a bit like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
yeah. That was a problem. Didn't have Rick Moranis in it.
Now, I've watched another film this week, which I were hoping one of y'all two would have watched.
No.
Parasite.
Go on. I'm never going to watch it.
I've watched Parasite.
Who
wants to touch me?
Nobody.
But yeah, the Oscar-winning Parasite.
And?
It's really good.
Are you just saying
No,
that?
it is.
I'm a bit untrustworthy about it because it's not got Rick Moranis in it.
Another thing, that's my quote in it. Can I just say, that's how I jump in. Do you think foreign films with subtitles feel more real and involving? I do. If you watch something that's shot in another language,
I think you have to concentrate more because you have to read it.
No, but it feels more real because it's like if you're so immersed in it, and it actually feels like it's a fucking real film. Sometimes it does me.
Shall I tell you?
I think it's just because you concentrate more.
When you watch this film,
you don't have. If Fast and Furious had subtitles, that'd probably be better.
Yeah. There'd be one group of lads going to see it, and there'd be one who could read, who'd be relaying it to the rest of them. Anyway, this film, I wanted you to watch it because when you've watched it and then you read back some of the stuff that happens in it, or you watch your YouTube videos of what you missed on it, all the way through, there's hidden messages, but they essentially create their own universe in this film. So it's just full of Easter eggs. You go back to and watch the start, and there's something that connects with something right at the end, and it's done so clever. I think there's points of it where you're watching it and you're thinking.
So what's the crux of this film?
I don't want to know. I'm going to watch it. I think
the storyline is.
I want the basic storyline. If he can cover his ear. I want to know end.
It's basically a family that's really struggling. In fact, the opening scene is them, where they basically live in a basement, and even the window that they've got is half level with the pavement, so they can only see through half the window. And the whole family work together making pizza boxes because they're struggling to make ends meet. So they end up doing whatever they can to kind of get a better life. And obviously, it's called Parasite because they kind of leech onto a rich family and then it escalates from there. But you're watching the film. I would recommend when you watch it, make sure you don't get interrupted for the 2 hours, 20 minutes that it's on. Because there are points in it where you think, something happens and you think, I didn't expect that. What the hell? Like, where the hell are they going to go with this? Like, what the hell? But it explains everything all the way through. And it's just about the divide in society, but there's loads of hidden stuff in it. Seriously, watch it and then watch a YouTube video on what happens in the film. Brilliant. Honestly.
I think I will. I think you've actually talked me round. Because at the minute there is...
Well, let's be honest. How can it be shit if it's one best? It's got to be decent.
Well, that's what I said.
Yeah.
I said there must be something about it that makes it so different from everything else for it to win. I just weren't put, but I will watch it. So you've actually turned.
I watched it with my other half, and she really enjoyed it. So I would definitely recommend, even if it's not your cup of tea, to give it a try. What I will say is as well, I don't know if you're going to get at cinema with it, or I've heard that you can illegally stream things like that. I'm not sure, but I know somebody who went to illegally stream it, and the first
is it at cinema?
Yeah, the first stream.
Is that where you went to watch it?
Yeah, but my mate tried to illegally stream it, and the first time he tried, it didn't have subtitles on, so he tried another stream, and it did. So just bear that in mind. But like I said, that was my mate, not me. Yeah, but no, it's a good film, and I want you to watch it because I want to talk to you about some of the things that happen in it and what have you.
So are you going to watch it?
Yeah.
Right. So when's next one? Yours?
Yeah.
We'll watch it before then. I make a vow now we will watch that before next podcast, and then we can talk about it. So you will get the full spoilers review of Parasite, Oscar winner, next week.
I will say it's very out there. There's things happening in it, and you just like I say, it comes on. There were times a scene had come on, and we'd said to each other, "What the fuck?" Because you just don't expect it, but it's good.
Tell you what else I watched actually, but I had to abandon it because I was really tired. Now I wanted the first half an hour of Uncut Gems. I was right fascinated. I wanted to watch the whole. You know, you can feel yourself slipping. I turned it off.
Yeah, well, you watched it, didn't you, the other week?
Yeah.
I saw a trailer for it because I was right intrigued because I was like Adam Sandler and it like looked right edgy. So I watched trailer and it just.
It's good. It's really
just felt really sort of like. Once again, depressing because this guy's a dick and he puts himself in danger and he puts his family in danger. There's nothing likeable about the guy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't.
I need to like the character and think. I hope this guy's all right. I'm right worried about him.
I can't say too much because I didn't really watch it.
Adam Sandler really shows how good an actor he is in that film. He's not all about comedy. He completely transforms himself into this bloke. I really enjoyed that film. But there's not really much out. We were going to go to cinemas the other day actually, but I said, should I tell you what? It were a choice between two films.
Was it between Doolittle and Sonic?
No, Birds of Prey and Sonic. I didn't even consider Doolittle.
Well, there you go.
I might watch it eventually, but
Birds of Prey, I will eventually watch. Doctor Doolittle, I will eventually watch.
Bird of Prey is bombed.
Sonic, no chance.
You know, Reeves
not
flooding in. That is it's meant to be really good. Sonic's first game I ever played.
Have you seen some press that Jim Carrey's been doing about it? He's making him set out to be a right weirdo. Did you see that interview that he did with that young lass the other day? Well, I say young, she's probably like in her 20s, where she basically asked if there's anything left on his bucket list.
No.
And he looks at her and he says, "Just you. That's it. Just you." And everybody's took it as very creepy.
He's been a bit of a dick. He come across as a bit of a dick on Graham Norton.
Yeah, with Margot Robbie. Basically insulted her, didn't he?
It was basically being funny to all of them. Like when even Louis Capaldi were being hilarious. And he would just as if to say oh, he's funnier than me, so I'll try to make it out as though he's a dick. And I just thought, oh no, you made yourself out to be a dick.
Right, well, 20 seconds left of this podcast. Thanks for listening, everybody. If you want to give us a share, give us a share. If you ever want to come on the podcast, more than welcome to. Bring something to the table, something we can discuss. Thank you for listening. Follow us on Instagram.
Put questions on Instagram. Put any questions. Bye.
See ya.